Good morning, Vietnam. Today is Friday, December 9th here in Vietnam, but if you're in the US, I'm sure it's Thursday over there towards the evening. But anyway, I took a trip out here, business trip, and I am jet lagged, exhausted, but I wanted to pump out a video before I started my day. And this is Crude Oil. I want to do a quick update. We already know the weekly cycles are down, but looking at the daily cycles, looks like we are very closely for a bounce on crude oil if it's going to play out. First off, the cycle 363, as you can see right here, we're going to be hitting a trough somewhere around next week, December 11th, 12th, around there. And then also there is a dominant cycle, which is 92. I have it on my active cycles as 91. So it hit a trough cycle low November the 28th, and now this cycle is up, but down here is the 92 dominant cycle. It looks like it's going to be bottoming out next week. All right, looking at our seasonality chart, I remember, if you've been following me, December 1st, December 2nd, we get a nice little bounce, and that kind of played out, but it really fizzled really quickly. And it hits a peak around December. The green, which is a 10-year, hits a peak around December 7th. And also the 15 and the 5-year. They all peak out somewhere around December 7th. And then they kind of go down. But the 5-year kind of just goes sideways and it goes up. The next date to look at will be the 21st, and that it is for pretty much for the 15-year. So December average return by month is minus 1.37%. So it's normally negative. Average return by weekday, we're on the second week. So the third week is like minus 0.05. So it kind of tells me that it's kind of be a little more on the flat side. It's kind of stall and maybe consolidate here. And December average return by week, we're right on the 50th. So in the 51st week, you can see that it's minus 0.02. So there's like not really that much movement on the 51st week. And also on the third week, not really much action going. And in December average return by trading day, you can see that this is what December 8th is minus 0.04. There's not that much movement. And then tomorrow, which would be Friday for the US guys, over here in Vietnam is already Friday. It's minus 0.25. So it could probably pull back a little bit. But there's not much action going on here. What you want to really watch is pretty much volume and the candles. And what I'm watching here, which I'm doing something new. I'm putting volume and the MACD, and so far this is still negative here. This is my Elliott wave chart. Just want to show you real quick. This is the weekly, and you can see that we're working now on a wave 4. And you see these little bands. This is telling us that if price action closed below, especially this one, it looks like the trend could continue pushing lower. It's lost its momentum, so we got to keep an eye on that. Looking at the daily, kind of the same thing. Wave 3, A, B, C. Working on a wave 4. Daily cycles are hitting troughs. So it'll be interesting to see how that's going to play out. I got some levels here I'm watching. It's the bottom of the linear regression channel. Here you can see this pointing down. Same thing on the weekly. And we got this level here timing-wise, December 12th. I'm keeping an eye on. And anywhere between 69 all the way to 67.71 for a target where it could stall right there. I don't think I have anything more there. Yeah, pretty much that's it. This was just a quick video just to let you know that this is the line in the sand. If we close below that, it could get very dangerous. Crude could go furthermore down. So I'm watching this. This is a geometry chart that I use. I want to show you a couple of things. This is using the Andrews pitchfork. You see that these are extension angles from here. And you see that we tested this, found support, tested it and failed. And it looks like maybe this could be a possible target to the downside of it to see if that will hold. This is that same Andrews pitchfork, adjusted 50%. See that we found support here, bounce, found resistance at the 25, failed right here, tested it from below, and now, I mean, if it's going to push down here, that's going to be a big drop. But, you know, I don't know, but that remains to be seen. We'll see how that plays out. This is an Andrews pitchfork from the swing top, and you can see that we kind of came off the angle, came below it, tried to stick our heads out, and then came right back down, and now you're back in the angle facing down. Using the Gann angle, you can see this 1x1 has been resistance. We bounce off the 1x2, and it looks like if it's going to continue, it's going to test this 1x3. And that could be a possible target if these cycles don't hold it up. It might probably find some kind of support in one of these angles. This is action-reaction lines. This is the same thing. You can see that there's a little distance between them, but let's see, you know, if it gets down there, if these levels are going to hold. And the Gann swing, the advance, and the regular Gann swing, they're both pointing down, so there's nothing positive, no indication to go long or buy anything as of yet. And this is on a daily. We have to see how next week is going to, you know, play out. And this is something I wanted to show you with the the Gartley patterns. When I said that, yeah, I use this for like more like timing. You know, I use them for both, for the patterns, you know, that are found, but also for timing. So you see, this is finding these pivot swing points, and it's just doing its calculation, and it was pointing down here. You see that crude oil came down and then went up, and somewhere around here it turned. You know, it wasn't exactly close, but it was in that, you know, ballpark where it was like somewhere around here, and you got the spike up, and then it sold off. So I normally use it for like turning points or like timing points, where there could be a possible change in trend. Not sometimes the direction, but sometimes the direction does play out, where crude oil could just go down and then find, you know, bottom out somewhere around here. But when I see it go up and we're getting close to this point and it's continue going up, I take it as a reversal. Just kind of wait for it and then wait for, you know, high volume or a bear kicker candle. And then you could just short it and then ride the wave down. So that's what I wanted to show you, that an example that I rarely get to show once in a while when it works. Okay, so this is the last chart. I call this the master chart. Had to sip some coffee here. Keep me up. All right, so we'll start off with the Fibonacci, the 38.2%, 71.45. Keep an eye on that level. If that doesn't hold, it could go down there. But so far, this could be, you know, and it could fluctuate, go back and forth. Just keep an eye on that. Using a technique called the 128, we're going to be hitting a timing point, which is December 9th, I believe, if I can see that right. Yeah, December 8th, actually, which is today for the U.S. guys, because I'm here in Vietnam. So today is a possible turning point. So let's see how that plays out, that technique, the 128. Using the Gann square, this is a bigger swing using the Gann square. And this is a key level right here, 66.49. Keep an eye on that. Let's see how we close this week. And if it flushes down to here, 66.49, I like to see if it holds that. Let's see. This is more fractal. This is more closer to right here. And we're already, this is the 1/4, this is the 1/8, and this is the other 1/4. So right now we're at the 1/8, which is 72.46. So it'll be interesting to see if this is kind of going to consolidate here. There's a timing, you know, oh, that's February, so it's going to be a while. I just want to see if prices are going to hold here using these two Gann squaring this range right here. All right, for that, that's it for that. Let's spectrum analyzer. You can see real quickly that even this using the, I think I was saying RSO, I think it's relative price oscillators, RPO. Anyway, I had to correct myself because I saw myself saying something which was not right. It's the RPO algorithm I'm using on this spectrum analyzer, which is different from the one I showed you first. And you see this green one. Now it's, you know, finding a base here, which lines up with the other ones. And this blue one here, this red one is a little more, you know, inverted, is opposite. So if you do a composite of that, this is what you get, where we should be bottoming out, you know, maybe next week or in 2 weeks. and then prices, continue going up. We just have to wait for price action to confirm it. Volume, everything. Right now, it's not showing that. So we just have to wait and see if this is going to play out. Let's take that off and let's I'll show you the 10-year, something interesting. The 10-year found the bottom somewhere around 10 years ago. Found the bottom around somewhere around the 11th, 9/11, 12/9, 12/10, around there. And then it got this massive, pop to the upside. So keep an eye on that. If we do the 20, one of Gann's recommendations, it found the low somewhere around November the 12th, and you see that price action has been going down. So the 20 average is not working, but the 10 could be promising if this is going to play out. So I wanted to show you that. The annual cycle, you can see that it bottoms out somewhere around 12/11. So that's next week. Got to keep an eye on that for a possible turning point. And somewhere around here, the 3rd, that didn't happen. December 1st, 2nd, it didn't play out, and it's kind of pushing up. But, the annual and decimal are pointing up. Now, lastly, if we do some quant analysis and show a perfect time to maybe go long would be anywhere from December 10th and on. It shows 85%, and even somewhere around January the 9th onward. And that's using 20-year of data from December 1st to February 1st. It'll be interesting to see how that's going to play out. With that, I'll let you guys go. Keep an eye on price action. There's a big cluster here of a possible turning point, and it could be a bear trap. We bulls, we just have to kind of wait and see once price action is confirming it. So, the window is already open, and next week is going to look even better. So just keep an eye on that. And any indication with high volume and a lot of buying could be a possible turning point. Just, control your risk. If you trade it, put a stop, depending on how much you risk, and then take it from there. Hopefully you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on crude oil using double Gann price and time technical analysis.